Happy Messy Friday, boys and girls. Isn't this great? I just love Friday. I went into my garden and I've got so many stones and rocks laying around, and I thought wherever you walk in any garden, if you go for a walk, you'll be able to pick up a stone or a rock, whichever you can find, and maybe a shape you like. But this rock was in my garden, or it's a stone, or a very large stone. So I took it out the garden and I'm going to paint it. So what I've done is over here in this pan, I've taken acrylic paints and I've squeezed a little bit out of the colors I have in different sections. And some I will mix for the colors I don't have. Otherwise, I'll just make do with what I have. I'm not going to go off to the shop and buy more acrylic paints. I hope you can see them there. So with them, I'm going to paint this rock. But I have got a good imagination. If I look at this rock, what do you think it looks like to you? I see a frog. I see a point here. I see eyes and a mouth for my frog. And it goes around, and I see I can make this into legs. But before I paint my rock, that the paint will sit nicely on it, I'm going to take my white acrylic paint, and just where I want it painted here, I'm going to paint it white and let it dry. So girls and boys, what I've done is that little section I showed you, I painted it white. On the side here, I was mixing my colors. I mixed this dark turquoise color with some yellow. I just put bits and bits together and swirled it on the side, and I really like this effect, so that is what I'm going to do. But boys and girls, when you have your stone or your rock, you don't have to paint it as in an animal or anything. You can do whatever you like. You can paint it white and then doodle on it. You can just paint it rainbow colors. You can do anything on your rock. It's your rock. You can paint it and do what you like with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush. It's been soaking here in the water. There we go. And I'm now going to mix colors and I'm going to paint it. So I'm going to take my turquoise color that I took earlier, and I want this whole white piece covered in this turquoise. It's a very, very dark turquoise. I'm going to dip my brush in the yellow, and it's going to make it a nice green. Can you see that? It's such a lovely green it's making with the yellow. And I'm not painting it smoothly, it's a rock. I'm dabbing it on nice and thick. Can you see there? I like the yellow. So I'm putting some on because a frog, his skin isn't very smooth, I don't think. He doesn't look it anyway to me. So all the pieces where I think I can see my frog, I'm going to make it a bit darker over there, because that's where I think I see my mouth and the nose. So now I'm painting this whole piece all over where I've got the white, and up until there. I want a bit of yellow. There we go. Can you see? Sorry, I hope I haven't held it to the side all the time. I see, then you can't see on the camera. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm holding it in my hand and I'm turning it around, and in all the places where I think I need to be green, I'm painting it the green and the yellow. So, and that's making a lovely effect. Get some more paint. Can you see it's nice? It's not just one color, and these two colors being mixed with different quantities are making it look like 3 colors. So I'm going to go there, and to me that's his legs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put it down, and I'm going to mix blue colors for the bottom. So girls and boys, I have now painted it. You can see the different colors coming through, darker, lighter, looks blue in places and yellow, and I'll let it dry. So I first put the white and I let it dry. Then I put the mixture of a turquoise color and a bit of blue and yellow all over it. But now remember, you're going to do yours the way you want to. You can use craft paint, acrylic paint. In fact, some of these colors are craft paint, some is acrylic. So exactly as you want to. The only thing is the white helps the paint stick, and then you don't have to use so much paint. So what I want to do now is I want to give it a bit of definition so that I can see where my imagination is telling me the things are that I can see. So if I look at this rock, I think that there's its nose and there's its mouth. So I've just done that there, and I would say this is an eye and an eye. So I'm going to rinse my brush. There we go. And the mouth, I'm going to add just a touch of color to it there for my mouth. My nose, I got some brown that I mixed up. There we go. And I'm going to just put a little bit over there and make it go up. So that's his nose area. There we go. So now I'm going to look for his eyes, and I've got some white paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of white over that for where I think his eye is. I've taken a bit much here, and there's his eye there. There we go. And then I want to put a little bit of color in the middle of his eye to give it a bit of definition. So now I'm going to go on top with that. So now remember, this frog is an imaginary frog because it's stone that I see a frog. So it's not going to be perfect, but for me, I think it's great. Can you see all the bumps? I think a frog has bumps and lumps. I'm not sure about you. I'm going to take some of my red and some of my brown and mix it together. A little bit of water in there so I can have a bit of a darker color. That's better. And now I think that over here is the back of his leg. So I'm just going to paint that in there. And there I think is his leg. I think it comes like that. And this one comes like that. So I'm just going to make it a little darker there. And his leg comes under him. So I think that's his leg there, coming up there and underneath. So I don't want it to be brown. I still want it to be green. So I'm going to go back into my turquoise. I'm going to go over it darker so that it looks like, there we go, it's standing out what I think is the leg coming down on the side. I want him to have a few little spots. There we go. That I think is his leg. And he's got some spots. Maybe some yellow spots. And there's his head, and that's his other leg coming there. And is it a perfect frog? No, but this is my stone frog, and he's sitting on a stone. But what I would like to do is that it looks like a stone there, and just on the edge of the stone, I'm going to paint a little bit of blue and white, that it looks like a little bit of water. So this frog is on a rock in the water. So there we have it, boys and girls. We have our frog rock. There's his body. I don't know if you can use your imagination and see that. And on the side, there's the water and the rock and the frog on the water. And all of this to me looks like his body and his legs, and the same frog over there, and the water and the rock all the way around. And I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to see if I've got a little bit of varnish to put on and put it in my garden with my flowers. I do hope you enjoyed this, and create anything and paint it any way you like. A nice special rock for yourself. Have an awesome weekend, and I can't wait to see you on Monday again. Bye-bye and God bless.